How are you going to get over this red pill rage? How are you going to get to the point where you truly accept female nature, truly accept human nature? How are you going to get to the point where these things don't make you upset and angry and frustrated? Although you have to go through that phase if you were fed this blue pill nonsense, if you were fed a false narrative for the majority of your life, it's natural for you to be upset about it, be mad, be, frustrated about it. However, you have to get to the point where you're over that. You have to get to the point where you accept it for what it is, and you move with the perspective of bettering yourself, using it to your advantage. See, I dealt with red pill rage. I'm still dealing with red pill rage, and that's why I want to make this video. I want to make this video to let you know that it is normal. It's normal to be upset. It's normal to, once you take the red pill, just be like pissed off at the fact that nobody taught you this stuff, at the fact that this was the reason the entire time why you weren't getting the results you wanted with girls' life. Pissed off at the fact that you may have some friends, know people, see people that are just like natural at getting girls, and they never were able to tell you or able to teach you this stuff. You may be upset that your father didn't teach you these things. You may be upset that your mother led you in a direction that is not masculine. But one of the key characteristics of masculinity is taking accountability. Is saying, okay, this is the cards that I've been dealt. These are the cards that I've been dealt. This is what I have to start off with. This is my current avatar. And it's just like a video game. You start off with no perks. You start off with, you know what I'm saying? You start off with the weak stuff. You start off with no strength, no weapons, no nothing. But you build yourself up. And for the average man, that's what it's going to be like. Because there are certain people that did grow up with, there are certain guys that did grow up with male figures that had alpha dominant tendencies. But if you're like the average guy, you probably grew up with people that didn't have those tendencies. You probably, didn't have any friends that had those tendencies. You may have had friends that had those tendencies, but didn't even know that they had those tendencies and weren't able to teach you. And you kind of just look like, damn, what the fuck? Like, Like, you may have been in relationships and noticed, okay, things are going very weirdly. I'm aware that something is happening. I just don't know what is happening. That's my story. I was in relationships, and I started to see commonalities in every single girl that I was in a long-term relationship with. I dated 3-4 girls in my life, and there was a similar pattern that I seen with every single one, which is a part of what led me to finding, the psychology of female nature, finding what we call the red pill, what I consider the psychology of it, which now I look at it from a different perspective. Now I see that a lot of the issue was me. A lot of the issue was me not being that masculine man. A lot of me was being, I can admit that a lot of the reasons why those relationships didn't work was because I wasn't in a masculine frame completely. And what's interesting is I had those tendencies. I had some of those dominant tendencies. However, I didn't have understanding of it. So I say all this to say it's okay that you have this red pill rage. It's okay that you're upset about the cards that you were dealt. But the issue is, the true issue lies with what you're going to do with that. What are you going to do with that? How are you going to improve? How are you going to better yourself? How are you going to use this to your advantage? Because if you don't, you're just going to be left behind. And I don't want you to be left behind, because there's so much opportunity in this world. There's so many things that this knowledge can bring to you. Literally. That's why certain people get treated with a certain level of respect. because they understand certain things. And if they don't understand certain things are just ingrained in their personality, behavior, which gets them certain results. So I want you to be that person that gets those results. But you have to understand it, and you have to come to a point where you don't allow your anger to rule your knowledge, your current knowing of the red pill. You have to allow purpose to rule your knowing of the red pill. You have to allow your masculinity to rule the knowledge of the red pill. Otherwise, you're just gonna be like a bitch. You're gonna be like a female. You're gonna be a cuckold, beta male, simp mangina person, you know? So that's the video for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. 3.